everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezer Show, weekly rock news outlet to spew. We got stuff to spew about today. I'm your host Murph, and yeah, we got a bunch a bunch of good stuff. Of course, more news on the Sabbath Show, which is coming up. What is that? Friday, Saturday. That's coming up
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday. Yeah. I got news about Brian Wilson and Weezer. An RIP we have to get to, a sad one. Bad news about Foreigner. We got to talk about that. What a shame. A little Mastodon. We don't really talk about them much, but there's an interesting article we have to get into. And Vince Neil just can't stay out of the news. And boy, he's got a doozy this time. Man, we're just digging the heck out of this. So yeah, let's get to that. But I can't do it alone, man. I need, especially after yesterday. Woo, doggy. And can't do it without my co-host. That'll be Doc Fox. How you doing there, Doc?
Yeah, doing pretty well. Still quite warm out there, so I'm in the cool and safe confines of my living room rather than the rock and roll dungeon. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, you know,
it's not so bad. Yeah,
well,
whatever.
we gigged yesterday. And I
Yeah,
say we because Bob is our sound guy and helps us move stuff around and all that. And yeah, we had a gig yesterday outside. It was like 93 degrees. And, you know, I, I'm pushing 70, Doc. That's not easy anymore. Back in my early days, I wouldn't have cared less. Yeah, yeah, a little bit of sweat some weight off,
it
all that
feels
stuff,
good.
and
Yeah,
get back and refreshed. And man, I'm like a wet rag today, man. I'm so pooped. We had a great show, great response from the ownership and everybody, and we sure appreciated that. But boy, that heat, man, oh man, oh man. I do have an industrial fan though, as you know, that creates like a hurricane in the damn on the stage there. So I don't care how hot it gets. I'm gonna have hurricane winds blowing through me. Try and
yeah.
keep
But still, that only does so much.
this
Yeah.
old geezer. But yeah, so it was a good one, man. Again, thanks, Doc, for helping out, man. It's really I find it really it's really crazy how there's an empty space, and then the band rolls in and sets up this whole production, then produces, and then has to tear it all down and boom, end up with an empty stage. But a lot of
Yeah.
people don't realize how much goes into putting that
Oh yeah.
on, especially when you're miking everything like we do. I mean, yeah, that's quite an interesting
Not
thing.
just
So
setting it up, but setting it up correctly and optimally for sound. And yeah, it's
yeah, and yeah, all these bands around there doing this. People don't realize how bizarre that is. You got an empty space, and then they'll come in and set up a whole production, and usually no more than a couple hours. We took about an hour and a half tops, and uh, and then yeah, play for 3 hours like we did, tear down the production, go, and you leave an empty space. It's really bizarre.
like you were never there. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, it's really crazy. But speaking of, oh, what a segue. Speaking of never being there, got some news on Wolfgang. Wolfgang, and of course, this relates to the Black Sabbath final show coming up. And apparently, he was scheduled originally to play at said concert, if you will, extravaganza, but he had to back out. Had to back out at performing at Ozzy's final concert. This is from the good people of Blabbermouth. One of our favorites. Yeah, he had an interview with Meltdown of Detroit's WRIF radio station. The guy's name is Meltdown. There you go. Okay, yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, we gotta name this little baby Meltdown. But yeah, Wolfie says he was gonna play there, but apparently he's gonna the his excuse is he unfortunately had to back out because the Creed tour, which he's being a part of, it starts the day after. Now, didn't you have a little conflict on that?
Well, it's not exactly the day after. Look into obviously we know the show's on the 5th, but the Creed tour does the thing doesn't start till the 9th.
It's 4 days.
Not
Well,
exactly the next day, but I don't know.
well,
I give Wolfie the benefit of the doubt, I guess. If he's got
I well,
4 days worth of stuff to do, I guess I don't know.
I would I would put more concern to getting ready for a tour. It's going to be a big tour than just playing a one-off thing way the hell
Yeah,
out in England. So yeah, I imagine he's thinking, no, we need a few days I can't just go from this and boom, suddenly we're on a Creed
right.
tour. We need a few days to
Yeah,
get in that, you see, we just talked to the production, getting his stuff together. I'm sure he's
yeah.
going to need a few days, but it would have been nice, but but it's just the concert, which remind me, Doc, I gotta order it later on today. I gotta order that so we can see it. But the concert has spewed all sorts of different offshoots of articles. Like apparently Ozzy's not done with new music, right? Is that what I've heard
Yeah,
somewhere?
he's saying this is the end to his live shows, but not the end of his music. So
Oh, that's a
I don't know. I
shame.
guess we can expect another album from Ozzy. I know we had that Patient Number 9 a couple years ago, and that did very well. That was a great album, and received some awards.
You
Had
are
tons of
correct,
different folks
sir.
on it. So
That's
yeah,
right.
maybe he's got another one left in him. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah,
And
he's
it's
saying it's not the end, which is what else is he gonna say? That's what he's been saying all along. But
Yeah, yeah. But you know what I find really which really sucks about the internet is all the fake crap out there. Like I came across an article that said that Black Sabbath's final
bogus articles you're
concert.
talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is from Music That Rocks is the name of this site, and it's crap. Obviously, it says here the headline: Black Sabbath's final concert hit by major blow as iconic singer forced to pull out of the show, and we know it's crap. So yeah, it was Ozzy, and they say it was Ozzy. So we looked into it, but no, I guess they're gung ho, and we came across something about McCartney, about how McCartney was going to call it quits on his career, and so I thought, well, I looked at the site. It was like John Terry or something like that, some two names. And it's like, I've never heard of this. Let's go searching. And so I looked up, and it turns out he's going to actually be doing some gigs with Ringo. Ringo.
You got to think those guys, McCartney, I don't know, Springsteen, any of those guys that are up there in that age, they're not going to retire. They're just going until they drop,
You're pretty
honestly.
much right.
Yeah,
Just like the old crooners, they got nothing else to do,
yeah,
and if you still love it, why not?
yeah.
Why not continue? So, boy, oh boy, it's crazy. And, yeah, new music.
Talking
Yeah,
about Wolfie dropping out. I don't know. He kind of seemed a little out of place being there because they're all like these metal, giants. They're there, Metallica and everything. And I don't know. I just always thought he was there more
like a
representing his dad
kid.
more than anything.
Yeah,
But
he like the kid around all. Well,
yeah,
they're gonna have other, but he's a fairly young one for, you know, I don't know. He kicks ass though. So at the same time, deal with the Creed tour because that's probably going to be monstrous. And of course, I'm not going to see him this year because they're playing up at Alpine Valley, and I ain't got time for that. But the hey, and also back to Ozzy. Apparently, word has leaked that he's going to sing 5 songs.
5 songs. Yeah.
Not sure if that's true, but if he can get through 5 songs, more power to him, man. I can't wait, man. Yeah, yeah. We'll have a watch party
Well,
and
he's doing
check
the
it.
two sets, like he's doing solo and then Sabbath, right? So maybe
Now,
I don't know how he's
now
divvying that
the
up.
the now the article that says that is called Rock Evolution News. So that could be questionable too, but we'll see. Hopefully, he can sing 5 songs.
Oh,
I'll
that
be
sounds that
amazed.
probably sounds reasonable. Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
You know.
We're gonna find out, man. Wow, this is gonna be crazy cool. So yeah, so Wolfie, he's had enough of this. It's he's got a big tour to go to. So we'll just go with that. But yeah. Well, we all know, Brian Wilson passed, of course, one of the greatest songwriters ever. and they revealed the cause of his death. I got to put my glasses on here. Or wait a while, hang on a minute here. Boy, I'm burned out from yesterday, Doc. That was something else, man. That was crazy cool. Yeah, yeah. They found out the cause of his death, and it's like an encyclopedia of maladies, if you
Right.
will. Holy schmokums. Well, let me see. Wilson's death. This is according to good old WGN Channel 9, Doc. Good old powerhouse, WGN, Chicago.
Chicago's own.
Chicago, yeah. Wilson's death follows a dementia diagnosis, yeah, which was announced last year when after his wife passed. So his children moved into a conservatorship, and holy smokes, according to People and TMZ, the latter of which obtained Wilson's death certificate, the musical legend died of respiratory arrest, sepsis and cystitis were also listed on the death certificate, as well as associated factors of neurodegenerative disorder, obstructive sleep apnea, chronic respiratory failure, and chronic kidney disease. Holy smokes. Wow. So, yeah, boy, honestly, it's amazing he lived this long considering his
Yeah, yeah,
life.
it's definitely was his time. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But yeah. So there you go, man. He had a lot of stuff. Well, he was in really poor shape when we saw him. We talked about that, yeah, really, really poor shape. I was amazed they even, let him even do a tour. That was very odd. Very odd. But boy, oh boy, what a
I
mess.
don't remember, didn't look into it at the time, but I wish I would have looked in to see how many cities he did on that tour when we saw him. Couldn't have been many.
I don't know when we saw him, but he did his last show in Detroit. So I'll bet you he came from Chicago right over there. I bet you he had his last
Yeah,
show a couple of times after Chicago because that just makes sense, yeah,
right.
maybe one in Indiana and then over to Detroit. So I can't remember when we saw him. I'm sure we could go back and find out, but
Right.
I don't have the impetus to do it. How
Yeah,
about that impetus? Do you like that, Doc? I
if I've
brought
done
out
it
a
at the
big word.
time.
That's a word of the show, impetus. All right, let me put my
Careful how
glasses
you
on.
say that.
I'm getting. Yep, yep. So now, yeah, all the Wilson brothers are together up there, man. Kicking. Oh, their harmonies. Yeah, yeah. Good for the Wilson boys, man. Oh man. So there you go. Oh, Carl. All of them. So anyway, moving on. What do we got here? Oh, geez. Weezer did one of their songs yesterday. Yeah, Beverly Hills. There's Beverly right there. Hi-yo. No, that isn't Beverly. That's Weezer's bass player's girlfriend or wife. Oh my God, he's
Wife,
actually
yeah.
married to her. But Jillian Lauren is her name, author and wife. A Weezer bassist Scott Schreiner. Well, if we all recall that incident where she got shot by cops outside her home because she pointed a gun at him. So here we go. The incident took place in Eagle Rock, where a freeway crash led police to a quiet residential backyard. What followed was a bizarre series of events involving a fleeing suspect, a hidden firearm, and a standoff that ended in gunfire. Here we go. According to authorities, three men fled from the crash on the 134 freeway, with one of them shedding his clothes. Now, real quick, if that was AI, from a crash on the 134 freeway instead of the 134 because I don't know shit. From one of them shedding his clothes and attempting to blend into the neighborhood. There you go, by swimming in a backyard pool and watering plants. That's a pretty good. That's putting effort into your getaway,
Right.
Doc.
Yeah, some
Holy
thought. Yeah,
cow.
sure.
That's really swimming in the pool, getting out. Let's water some plants. Gosh almighty. Police traced one of the men to a residence where they encountered Lauren, that chick. Pardon me, that's so politically incorrect. The lady, reportedly holding a pistol near the scene. Officers claim they repeatedly instructed her to drop the weapon. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. That right there, you drop it. But no. Allegedly, Lauren raised the firearm. So the LAPD, they opened fire, hitting her in the arm. Okay. I've seen videos on YouTube where the police will take like 15 shots at a car and just leave it and not hit the driver at all. And I bet you that I've seen these videos. They probably sent a barrage of bullets her way, and they just hit her with one. She's so lucky. She is so
Oh yeah, they
lucky.
never say how many
Oh,
shots, right? They say she hit the
yeah, she opened fire.
shoulder.
They just hit her in the arm. That was it. And then a subsequent search turned up a 9 millimeter Glock. Yeah, baby, and shell casings outside the home. And she was charged with assault with a semi-automatic firearm and firing with gross negligence. Charges that could result in up to 12 years behind bars and convicted. I didn't know she fired it. I just thought she had it. Huh? They make it sound here like she fired it. But in the days following the incident, Jillian maintained her innocence. She said she was acting out of fear and confusion, dude. 911 called, yeah, blah blah, state of mind. Yeah, whatever, gal, whatever. But she pleaded not guilty, and I'll be damned, doc. She won. She's not guilty. She's innocent. She's
Wow,
free
that's a
as a
damn good lawyer, man.
bird. Yeah, yeah, she's free as a bird. So apparently, yeah, yeah. I imagine she didn't fire, or else I'm sure there would have been a bigger charge on that. Because I watch YouTube videos. Did I tell you that, Doc? Hell, I spend hours every day watching. I got nothing better to do. Heck, already, I'm gotta let my
Illegal
body heal.
discharge of a firearm. Yeah,
Oh boy, oh
some of
boy.
that.
And then Weezer made no official statement. You know, uh, was this in Beverly Hills by any chance? I don't know. Though
I don't know,
Shriners.
but she does look a lot like Mary Tyler Moore. I got to say that.
Wow. Though they appeared at Coachella just days after the incident, but that's how cool is that? So there you go. Wow, man. She's free as a bird to do what she wants. And more power to her, Second Amendment, whatever. What a dumbass. If you in that situation, there's somebody outside the house, you just stay inside the house. If they break in the house, then you can absolutely unload on them. Pew pew. But you
Yeah, the
don't go
whole
outside
story
in
was
the
kind of vague as far as because she went outside and they were escaping. I don't know. There's a whole thing. The timeline of it just didn't jive to me exactly
yeah.
how the events unfolded. But
Oh, honey, there's
apparently,
burglars.
they was all heard before a jury ever appears, and they decided that
Uh
she was all right.
90210, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Honey, there could be bad people outside, burglars, and I don't know if they have weapons or whatever. I'm gonna take my gun and go outside and see.
I'm going out right.
I'm gonna go out and confront them. Oh boy. Well, she may have got away with it this time, but obviously she hasn't got much common sense. So good luck with that in the future there, sunshine. My gosh, that's crazy. Crazy. Here's a sad story. Oh boy. Oh boy. Mick Ralphs. Doggone it. They're rolling on by there, Doc. Mick Ralphs, legendary guitarist of Mott the Hoople and Bad Company, passed away at 81 years old. Yeah. Guitarist, songwriter, co-founder of the iconic bands Bad Company and Mott the Hoople. I got a couple. Yeah. I got Mott the Hoople's greatest hits here and Mott the Hoople live. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
Doug,
couple on vinyl. I got all the young dudes and live. I got that on vinyl.
sure.
So yeah,
Very cool. Yeah. Yeah. But what a drag, He's survived by love of his life. He's got two kids, three stepkids, and of course his bandmates Paul Rogers and Simon Kirk. Ah, what a drag! Yeah, and apparently he's been in poor health for quite a while. And Paul Rogers commented, "Our Mick has passed. My heart just hit the ground. He has left us with exceptional songs and memories. That's for sure. He was my friend, my songwriting partner, an amazing and versatile guitarist who had the greatest sense of humor. Our last conversation a few days ago, we shared a laugh, but it won't be our last. There are many memories of Mick that will create laughter. Condolences to everyone who loved him, especially his true love, Susie. I will see you in heaven." And then Simon Kirk, he was a dear friend, a wonderful songwriter, and an exceptional guitarist. We will miss him deeply. So, doggone, yeah. Well, Mata Hoople, that was pretty cool. And Ian, Ian singing and all. They were just whack, Jack.
There's the all the
Oh,
young
there you
dudes.
go.
That's within reach. But I got every Bad Company on vinyl. It's just out of reach right now. But
They were just such a whack band. They had Ariel Bender, I believe he was a guitarist, right? Overend
let's see what
Watts.
we got here.
Yeah, they had some great names.
Yeah, Overend Watts,
Was he bass?
uh, bass.
Okay.
Buffin was the drummer.
Buffett. Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Ariel
Ferdinand
Bender.
Allen. Yeah. It's had pretty wild names.
Yeah.
And then of
And then,
course the honor.
the outfits. I remember Overend Watts, a bass player, he'd wear these boots that come half, past the knee, like halfway from the knee to the hip. It's like boots
Right.
way. It looks so bizarre. But yeah, they were bizarre, like a glam band. I guess you would have considered them a glam band back then. But they put out some good music, man. The guy
Yeah,
had the
and honestly, I mean, people do always associate him with Bad Company, and obviously that was kind of where mostly he made his mark. But here, but over there, probably Mott the Hoople just as well. But
yeah,
that had to be a big move, man. I mean, he met up with Paul Rogers, and I guess Free had just split up, and they got together, and then he left Mott the Hoople to form Bad Company. So that's a big move, man. That's
yeah.
but you got
Oh,
Paul Rogers, so it's not like
absolutely. And boy, when Bad Company hit the radio waves, I remember. Oh, gotta remember that clearly. The title song, the beginning piano, that was just a greatest song. That beginning piano to the title song, Bad Company. And what a great song. So,
Yeah, he wrote a
he
lot of their hits. He
uh,
wrote "Can't Get Enough," "Good Lovin' Gone Bad," "Ready for Love," "Moving On." So
Rock Steady and
and
Bad
now
Company
they
song. Yeah. Wow.
going into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and at least he lived to hear the announcement, I guess,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
not to enjoy the ceremony. But
Yeah, I
of
don't,
course, they've already lost their bass player, Boz Burrell,
right,
so
right.
just half of the
Ugh.
guys will be there: Paul Rogers and Simon Kirk.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah, he gave his final performance with Bad Company on October 29th of 2016. So it's been 9 years, 8, 9 years at London's O2 Arena. Just days later, he suffered a debilitating stroke and remained bedridden until his passing. Wow, see? Yeah, wow. Wow, I didn't know that. Boy, since 2016 he was bedridden.
I kind of remember something like this. I remember an interview with Simon Kirk, and they were asking how he was doing, and he's basically just kind of hanging in there. So yeah, I
Oh,
kind of remember something like that now. So yeah, rest in peace, man. That's definitely one of the great classic rockers of all time for sure.
man, yeah, and that's the beauty when you write great songs. Your legacy's forever. They'll never go away. So,
And then
wow.
of course they went on. Bad Company went on after Paul Rogers left. I can't remember that singer's name. Brian, gives us in the comments. I can't remember that guy's
Come
name,
on, Brian.
but they they kind of did that for a little while. I mean, it wasn't so bad, but and they kind of did the '80s polish, on all of it. But
Yeah,
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 it didn't interest me too much then. But anyway, rest in peace,
yeah,
Mick
for sure.
Ralphs.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, it's more bad news. She be creepers. These guys, where are they? There they are. Foreigner. Oh, this is from the Ultimate Classic Rock site. This is disturbing. Foreigner admits they are no longer on a farewell tour. Say, what do you want? Okay, we talked about them ad nauseum. Of course, no original members, and now the second singer who was with them for like 20 plus years is retiring. So we all were given the impression that they're done. They're going to retire, and we rejoiced mightily and gleefully, and now that rejoicing has been brought down to earth, sub-zero, because yeah. They will no longer retire. Nope, nope. In a new interview, bassist Jeff Pilson. Oh, God, hang on. Oh, pulling a muscle in my leg from the way this chair makes me sit.
Cramp.
Cramp. Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, you take aspirin every day, keep the blood thin, and it screws up the muscular and shit. But anyway, in a new interview, bassist Jeff Pilson says that discovering a new lead singer within their ranks helped the band make up their mind to stay together. Jeez. Ugh. There's
God, they're
just
so full of crap,
he
man.
says, yeah, there's just a lot of forward movement, and the band is incredibly excited. Pilson told Billboard. What started off as being a farewell tour ended up being Kelly's last tour and the band moving forward. Yeah. He's referring to the group's current singer, Kelly Hansen. When the farewell tour was first announced, I think we saw that tour. One of the primary reasons given for the decision was Hansen's desire to go out on top and spend more time with his
Top? What do
family.
you caught on top? What?
Yeah,
Oh my
jeez,
God.
wow. Yeah, the catalog, it's extremely challenging for a rock tenor vocalist like myself to sing, he explained. I never would have thought in a million years I'd be singing these songs in the key at this age, and I don't know how much longer I can do that at the level I need. So, okay, who's taking over? Doggone it. That's what I want to
The
know.
guitar player, the
Oh,
Hispanic
that Latin
gentleman
guy.
they covered when
Dang.
they went down there. Yeah.
Oh, Luis Maldonado.
Yes, that's right.
I wonder how he would be announced in the boxing ring. Little Luis Maldonado. Nado. You know how they always at the
All right.
boxing announcer always says the last two.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
pinch
he joined
hitting for Kelly Hansen, Luis
and
Maldonado.
Nado. So yeah, they're not gonna give it up. Geez, that's tragic
Which,
news.
using that logic, okay, they announced the first farewell one in 23. And then, it went on where they say, oh, no, but there'll be several legs. So, what is that? First of all, that can go on, for infinity. And now, well, now we got this new guy. We got new energy. We're ready to go. And again, that can go on for infinity. They can always have a new
Yeah,
guy. I
but
mean, just,
well, we talked about my thought on this. It's like, what are they supposed to do? They're musicians, so if they still got the viv and the verve, if you will, hell, what else would they do? I'm gonna go learn how to be a
you know what?
bricklayer,
They're still
so
drawing a crowd,
uh,
still selling tickets.
they still got bills to pay, and
You
if
know?
you're a musician, you know, quite, yeah. What the hey, guy? We got a golden goose right here. Why give it up? Or what are we gonna
Well,
do?
that's what the
Am I
just
gonna
what
go
just
play in some club band if we quit Foreigner?
yeah, but just
So
the way they go about it. It's like every year it's another extension of the, it's like, come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
And, and, and
That's
it's
the
like
only.
saying a thing like going out on top. It's like, well, you haven't had a new song in 40 years. What are you talking about going out on top?
Yeah.
What do I
Well,
don't know.
probably just the fact that he was still able to actually hit the high notes and stuff, probably because that's got to be tough. But Luis Maldonado stepped in, and Luis. They say Pilson says Luis really had no intention of this. I forgot what voice I was using for Pilson. Damn it, he was trying to talk Kelly into staying, and when it became clear Kelly really wants to live a life now, Luis just stepped up, and oh my gosh, that voice came through. So yeah, like I say, they're musicians. They got to work. So as long as they keep drawing, because people dig the music, obviously,
Yeah, like I
you
said,
know.
it's just the way they go about it. And come
Yeah.
and see us. It's the last time. Come and
Yeah.
see us. This
And
just
we
keep going.
saw him, but
We got a new
it
guy. Come and see us. It's the last
and
time.
yeah, we saw him, but it wasn't because it was their last time. It was because I don't know. I don't know. We saw
Well, we
like
just had season
15
tickets and would see him.
saw
Yeah.
15 concerts that season.
Uh,
Jeez. For old geezers, that ain't
But
bad,
by the
man.
way, let me go off a little tangent here, man.
Sure,
First of
do it.
all, all right, talking about going to concerts. You always talk about women's bathrooms. They always got the long line for the women and everything.
Sure.
But you know what's the men's bathroom? You got a trough.
Yeah.
So women, you want a trough? You can get in and out. You want to give up a little modesty, a little dignity, and just line up on the trough. You can get in and
Oh,
out just
Doc.
like the guys.
Yeah.
But
Well, Doc, if you recall the Shania Twain concert we went to, the country gals, the women's stall, yeah, and the
we're
same thing
invading into the,
happened.
to the men's
We
room.
had
Yes.
like what? There's probably 6 or 7 of them. Country
Yeah.
gals stroll right into the men's John and take over one of the stalls one at a
You know
time.
what?
Just
I've been to shows where that happens, and it seems like you just need that one.
yeah.
You need that first gal to do it, and then others will follow her,
And for
and
gosh,
they'll
country
keep going
gals,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't even question that, man. Yeah, God, I gotta pay.
So I'm just saying,
Boom.
women think, oh, all the guys got it made. Well, we give up a little, a little something in the process too. You want to, just
I
line
won't
up on
pee
the
in a
trough.
freaking trough. I'm not a
Yeah,
goddamn
yeah,
farm animal. I think they
yeah.
got him at
That's what it's
Wrigley
like.
Field, right? It's like your
Oh
freaking
yeah, yeah,
farm
all that stuff.
animal.
Yeah.
Those jerks. Yeah, yeah. But in any
Remember, old
case,
Comiskey had the big round, so you're across from guys, and you're just
oh
there,
my
just,
gosh.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I've got some type of I mean, the humility,
A
oh
little
boy.
modesty, yeah.
Well, thank you. That's the word. Yes, yes. But in any case, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Yeah. Oh yeah, moving on. Yeah, we're moving on here by golly. Where is he? There he is. He's angry. Oh geez, he's an angry young man. That would be none other than Brett Hines. And he was with the group called Mastodon. They're heavy ass band that I've heard them through the years. I really haven't paid much attention, but I
Same
heard
here.
them. Yeah, and this is from Metal Injection, and he exited the band, and he exited and said, "I won't miss being in a shit band with horrible humans." Ow. Boy, that's being nice for crying out loud. Yeah, and he was one of the founders, but Mastodon surprisingly split with co-founding guitarist Brent Hines on March 5th, marking the end of an era for the Grammy-winning progressive metal band. So they won a Grammy anyway. And then they played their first show at Tool's Live in the Sand with YouTube Ben Adler filling in, whatever that's mean. And yeah, but he's not a happy camper. Uh, he says uh, he was with them for 25 years. And they'll talk about how it's basically it's a family, and you have quarrels and stuff, and eventually shit goes south, and it's gonna happen for sure. But he's really usually you try. I don't know. Just be more diplomatic, if you will. I don't know.
You know what?
Maybe
I
it's
mean,
my
it's like a
old age. I'm just
divorce.
tired. I'm just tired of
Yeah.
conflict. I just am. I just want everybody to have peace and love, like Ringo says. But yeah, he worked with them
No, it
for
is like a
20.
divorce. A lot of them can be amicable, and other ones you got to be nasty, and I don't know.
Ah,
It's
jeez.
just
But
not worth it.
yeah, but he
Just
really
just
went.
part ways, and it'd be the end of it.
Yeah, he really went off the deep end, though. Yeah, yeah. He
It's
said,
only you and me, and we just
just
disagree. Little
agree.
Dave Mason there.
Ah, good call, man. Jeez. Ah, yeah, but hell, what I sing like 18 songs yesterday or whatever. His voice is still there. It's amazing. But I only drink water during the gig. I used to pound screwdrivers during the gig, and it just screws up the throat, whereas nice
Oh
cold
yeah.
spring water just keeps it rocking. And plus, it gets the oppressive heat, of course. That it doesn't hurt anything. But boy, that was a doozy, Doc. Wow. That was like the second hottest gig I ever did. I remember I did a gig I was with a classic rock band many years back, and we did a gig for some July 4th celebration, and we were outside on a stage with no covering. It was like 100 degrees, and
Oh
it was
yeah.
unbelievable. When I was a young pup, well, younger pup back then, hell, now I damn near need a walker to get on the stage for crying out. Yeah, it ain't that bad, but it could be. But yeah, so man, oh man, it is what it is. Oh, oh, we love Vince Neil. Who doesn't? Vince Neil, the lovely Vince Neil. Where is he? There he is. Gosh, he looks happy. He looks like he's been online messing around. And by God, and by golly, he may just have been. This is from the good people of rock celebrities. And the headline: Vince Neil falls for an AI trap as he hits on a fake model in public. Oh, this is classic. Yeah, Motley Crue frontman Vince Neil recently became the subject of online attention. I like how they put that. After
Right.
responding after responding to what appeared to be an AI generated model on social media. The incident was documented in a post on X. Yeah, and the incident involved Neil's interaction with an artificial intelligence created female model image. The exchange began when the AI generated account made a suggestive offer to the rock star. Oh man. Says, can I DM you the nudie version? The model made by AI, the model wrote on X. Neil's response was brief and direct. Yeah. And then the interaction quickly drew attention from fans who recognized the artificial nature of the account. Multiple followers attempted to alert the musician to the situation. Hey, Vince, this is AI, man. It's fake. When Motley Crue fan responded, yeah, this is just classic. Another fan, Vince, you're gooning over an AI photo. So here we go,
Gooning,
man.
is that a new term?
Gooning,
Gooning.
gooning. Yeah, I don't know what that. All these youngsters and
Yeah,
their
I know.
terminology, I can't keep up with.
I can't keep up,
But yeah,
man.
and of course, he separated from his girlfriend, Rain Hannah. Rain Hannah, nice. And wow. And of course, he had been caught commenting on OnlyFans models' posts during that period. So he was trying to cheat on her. Good job, Vince. And that's funny.
Oh yeah, Rainhead. She was the one. Remember that was in his private jet, and it hit Vince Vaughn's jet in
oh, yeah.
Vegas or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Killed a pilot. Or I don't know. Something happened. Something, or no. Well, I don't know if that was a tragedy or just a hit. I can't remember back that far. But regardless, yeah, what an idiot. So the latest social media mishap adds another chapter to Neil's complex relationship with modern digital culture. Oh boy, digital culture. It highlights how even veteran rock stars can fall victim to increasingly sophisticated AI technology. I've been saying this, Doc. It's going to ruin everything, man.
Dude,
It's
we
just,
just had Tommy Lee's wife get caught up in that, getting
yeah.
catfish and everything. What's with
Oh,
Motley Crue and technology, man? They better just stay away from it, man.
oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, yeah. And what a shame. Well, number one, pal, well, he ain't gonna do shit. Like me, I've dropped like 23 pounds, I've gotten in rock shape just because I have to, because my body's so totally wasted. And he's still that fat, the abominable snowman from Rudolph
Right?
the Red-Nosed Reindeer, for crying out loud. I mean, get
Yeah,
yourself in
she asked if
shape.
she could send him a nudie. She wasn't wanting one in return. Yeah.
Oh boy, that'd be horrifying. You don't only see, I don't like seeing pictures of beached whales. When that happens, it's sad and they're dead. And then that that one video back in the day when there's a community, border, not a coastal community, had a dead whale, big dead whale there, and how to get rid of it. Let's blow the sucker up. And there's video on YouTube, I'm sure, about him blowing this way, and it was amazing. There's people like a quarter mile away watching, and they use so much explosive that big chunks of blubber come bam
Oh my
down on their
God.
cars. And oh yeah, yeah, I have to remember to look at that. That's great. So yeah, yeah, but back to Vince, and AI. Yeah, AI is just going to ruin everything, Doc.
Speaking of whale
We,
blubber, yeah.
we've got an AI story we're going to touch on next week. I mean, it's really going to get, and it's just going to get better and harder and harder to distinguish what music is AI, it can generate full songs, I'm sure, and
Oh, absolutely.
geez, no, it's really we're technology, you know, I think we should have kept it back at the I don't know, when would technology have been good to have stopped? But a CD player
No,
or
even before
no
CDs, man.
records? I don't
Yeah, yeah,
know.
man.
Jeez.
Yeah. Stopped
Yeah.
about 80, early 80s.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. But
We should be
anyway,
playing
yeah.
our Ataris
But
and listening to vinyl records,
it's
and that'd
just
be
going to
fine.
get worse and worse. And here we go. It says here, the AI incident reflects broader challenges facing celebrities in the digital age. Artificial intelligence technology has become sophisticated enough to create convincing fake profiles that can deceive even experienced public figures. Neil's candid online behavior continues to draw both criticism and attention from fans and media alike. Woohoo!
Well, you know what? Don't be a slag that hits on anything with a pulse, man, or any just
Yeah.
anything that comes across. You don't even have to see him now. He's hitting on them just
Well,
online.
well, it's
Like, come
obvious he
on,
can't. He's not going to ever have a meaningful relationship. He's just not. It's
no,
obviously not in his
that'd be
cards.
impossible.
So, boy, I'm sure he'll be presenting us with much more material and shows to come, Doc. I mean, that's the beauty of it, though. He may be train wreck, but it's great material for the show. So I don't mind. Way to
One
go,
of our
Vince!
reoccurring
Yeah,
characters.
yeah. Boy, we got a whole cast of them. It's really great. But anyway, what a show! Man, I'm so burned out, Doc. I think I'm gonna go take a painkiller right now. I have actually, man, oh man, oh man, still icing down my hand. Yeah, yeah. Got the pack ready. Because arthritis,
It
man.
ain't easy being a rock and roll geezer,
All
man.
you young rock guitarists, do not make a career. Well, a lot of your career laying brick driveways and patios, because it messes up your hands because you're grabbing many, many tens of thousands of bricks, and it just, yeah, arthritis. But we did pretty good yesterday, Doc.
Oh,
We
sounded great, man.
yeah, we rocked pretty good. So, yeah, we're the Suits USA on Facebook, or Suit Sousa if you want to give it a little spice. You don't have to just say Suit USA. Hey, that's no good. It'd be Suit Sousa. But yeah, there we are on Facebook. But I'm burning out, Doc. It's been a good show, man. Crazy kooky rock stars. I just can't get enough of them. That's the beauty of being an old geezer, because I just give it. I don't give a hoot. There's no leather. There's no hair. There's no nothing. No bangles. I play in a t-shirt and blue jeans and socks. That's what I play in.
Oh
So it's
yeah.
good not to all worry about trying to be a rock star. Just play good music, and the rest will fall. But anyway, enough on me. Thanks a lot for stopping by, folks. And Doc, lay it on us, man.
Yes, sir. Another week of rock news, and last week, yeah, check last week's show. Go back and watch that. That was a good one. If you didn't like this one enough last week, they'll make up for it. So, but yeah, we're gonna see what happens in the upcoming week, and then of course we'll be commenting on the big Back to the Beginning concert, which that's where you can stream it from. You gotta go back to the beginning.com or whatever and sign up to where to get it streamed
I'll
from.
get that
So.
right now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully some of you will watch it, and we'll watch it, and we'll talk about it next week, along with whatever else comes up. So, till then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.